Hey guys, it's Bella, and in this video we are going to be looking at another epigraphic poem, this time from the period of Visigothic rule in Portugal. This poem, this tombstone poem, it's not a tombstone really, but this inscription poem was dated to 521 Common Era, found in Portugal, and it's quite interesting, so yeah, let's go through it. And again, forgive me if I mess up my Latin pronunciation a bit, especially on the long and short vowels. Solvarat antiquas moles ruinosa vedustas, lapsum et senior ruptum pendebat opus, perdiderat usum suspensa via peramnem, et liberum pontit castus negabat iter, nunc tempore potentis starum eurici reges, quod eta sibi precepit excolliteras, studuit magnanimus factis extendere nomen, veterum et titulis addit sallasum. Nam posquam eximiis non vavit moenibus urbem, hoc magis miraculum patrare non destitit, construxit arcos penitus fundavit in undis, et mirum auctores imitans vicit opus, nec non et patria tantum creare munimen. Summi sacerdotis Zenonis vastit amore, obra Augusta Felix Mansura per secula longa, novante studio ducis et pontificis era, goodness, quinque centum unde vigenti. So, what does all of this mean? Solverat antiquas moles ruinos vetustas. Ruinous old age had destroyed Solverat antiquas moles, the ancient stones. Lapsum et senior ruptum pendebat opus. The ruptured and down, as for this fallen down, literally, work had lain senior, with an old man, or for a long time. Perdiderat usum suspensa via peramnem. The suspended path had lost its function, perdiderat usum peramnem, through the waterway. Et liberum pontis casus negabat iter. And its fall, its collapse, was denying negabat iter liberum, a free journey over the bridge, or the fall of the bridge, I should say. Pontis casus was denying a free journey. Nunc tempore potentis cetarum eurici regis is now in the time of the powerful King Euric of the Goths, quod editas sibi precepit excolliteras, in which he commanded that the dedicated or the lands which had been given over, terras, be cultivated again for himself. So this Sibi is interesting, almost implying that he's doing it for his own glory, but that's not fully the story, as we'll see later on in this same inscription. Studuit magnanimus factis extendere nomen. The high-minded man sought to extend his name through deeds. Now, this is a rather interesting little line. It's a sort of pursuit of secular glory, which is a concern that we see in a lot of the vernacular literature of early Germanic people, such as we see it in Beowulf, this concern that that one's name and reputation goes far and has great fame. We see this in the Norse sagas. So it's really interesting that we normally don't get to see this in Visigothic literature because it's written down in manuscripts by and for monks. Now, this was probably still written down by monks and may have even been composed by a monk, but this was written for a much more secular purpose. And also, this poem hasn't had to survive copying because monks may have written the texts for more secular purposes, but they would have been more inclined to keep recopying and circulating those texts which resonated with the monastic audience, such as Eugenius of Toledo's Little Book of Songs, for instance. But this, because it's an inscription that just needs to be inscribed on stone once and then it's left and it survives in the archaeological record for us in the present day, we don't have that same process of filtering out the non-monastic quite as much. And so we see this reference to a secular desire for King Euric to extend his name. Veterum et titulis addit Sallasum. Sallus added Veterum, his old man, his old or his ancient name, titulis, to the titles. Now this is interesting. So this seems to be implying that we've got King Euric, and I'm wondering if this is a Gothic name called Sala, adding his ancient name to the inscriptions. So and this is an ironic thing where it's saying the inscriptions as if it's some other inscription when it's literally this poem that we have in front of us that has Euric and Sala's name on it. And I don't have any real sense right now of what Sala might mean in Gothic. If you do know, let me know in the comments below. But it's a curious thing that what's the word I'm looking for? It's a curious thing that it is implied to be a veterum sum nomen, Sala having an ancient name. So perhaps this Sala, or the name Sala, comes from a distinguished noble family among the Visigoths, in the same way as among the Goths there were different dynasties, such as the Amal dynasty, which would rise to prominence among the Ostrogoths. It's just a possibility here. This might be Sala might be a member of a noble Visigothic dynasty that has mostly been lost to time because it was less involved in monastic sides of things. Nam posquam eximiis novavit moenibus urbem. For after he renovated with his excellent services this city, hoc magis miraculum patrare non destitit. He didn't stop at carrying out this miracle, indeed. Construxit arcos penitus fundavit in undis, et mirum auctores imitans vicit opus. So, he constructed arches. This might be referring to the Visigothic arches, which they were quite famous for, the horseshoe style of arches. And he dug deep into the waves, fundavit in undis penitus, et mirum auctores imitans vicit opus. And imitating the work, the marvelous work of a creator, vicit, he succeeded, he conquered. So this might be referring to King Euric literally conquering territory, or it could just refer to the fact that he was successful in his building projects. Nec non et patriae tantum creare munimen. To create a defense not only of his fatherland, for summi sacerdotes Zenones suasit amor, love of the high priest Zeno persuaded him not only to, create defense of his fatherland. So what this is saying is that King Euric is building all of these bridges, or maybe even it's Sulla, not just as a sort of means of improving the Visigothic homeland. And it's also quite interesting, by the way, that they refer to it as his patria. Now, by the time of King Euric, the Visigoths had been in Spain for at least a generation or two. But it's still interesting that they're referring to it as a fatherland, as their homeland. But he's also kind of doing it, whether it's Sulla or Euric, because they're simping for Pope Zeno. And I just love that so much. Love of Pope Zeno persuaded him. It's great. Urbs Augusta Felix Mansura per secula longa. The happy city of Augusta, may it remain throughout the long ages. Novante studio ducis et pontificis. With the renovating zeal of the Duke, this is probably Sulla, and of the bridge builder, Pontifices. Now, this probably is the Pope, but given that we've literally had a reference to Euric building a bridge earlier, it could be referring to him. With the zeal of the Duke and the bridge builder, era quinque gentem an atque unde viginti. So, in the year 521 Common Era. So, basically, we just have a record here of King Euric with his buddy Sala, possibly from a noble Visigothic dynasty, restoring some temples and bridges that had fallen into disrepair, partly as a means of simping for Pope Zeno. How much fun is that? So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want me to teach you Latin or any of the other languages that I study and teach on this channel, you can subscribe to my Patreon, which is linked on the main page of my channel, and you can get that at lower than market rates. You can also join my Discord server where we regularly do Latin lessons, and I have lots of Latin learning resources on there for free. I tend to post my tidbits in there before they go into videos for the public, so you can get a sense of the kind of texts I'm working with in advance. And it's also a community of like-minded people who hang out, share memes. It's a great bunch. You should come and join us. And with the channel, as usual, like, comment, subscribe, share the video around with your friends. You know what to do. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!